What's going on, everybody? This is Travis from Dual Humor. Got a really amazing deck for you today. It is True King of Calamities, Dinosaur. This is a very fun deck, and it just won't die. Not even a meteor could take this deck out. Much like the Lost World movie series, it just keeps coming back. There's more sequels. So, starting off, we run 2 Ultimate Conductor. Only 2. 3 is just not good in this version of the deck because you don't actually get the dinos in your grave often enough to be able to facilitate his summon, which you need to banish 2 from your graveyard to summon him. But he is your OTK enabler. This deck has no problem putting out damage. But yeah, the 2 is fine. You'll usually use the Evolution Pill to get him out. Great card. One of the most amazing balanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Boss monsters. And it also flips your opponent's stuff, so it's really good at stunning opponents after you've used the VFD and they try to get stuff on board. You can just flip that. They can't link. So, yeah, really amazing card. And then, moving on, not 1, but I actually run 2 Coatlis because you'll be sending 1 with the True King monsters sometimes to get the pill, and then you'll actually want to summon 1 as well. You can hard summon it, or you can use the pill to summon it, but if you are playing correctly, you are shuffling in back those 5 monsters to facilitate its normal or its regular summoning condition. So it's a great card. Negates a spell or trap by attributing a dinosaur. So you attribute itself, get your pill back, and yeah, so it's a great recycling card, can continue your plays, but for the most part, you're ending your boards with no cards in hand, usually, so, you know. Moving on, the True King portion.
Oh, snap.
So, 3 of Agnimza the Vanisher. So, the way that the True King monsters work is that you destroy 2 monsters in your hand or on the field to summon them, including at least 1 of their attributes. So you have to destroy 1 fire monster and then any other type of monster. So you'll pop your baby Ceratosaurus, get your Oviraptor out. Your Oviraptor will search another baby Ceratosaurus. You normal summon that baby, use its effect to trade out the babies, get another summon. So with that extra, you'll summon Miscellaneousaurus, which is a fire. So those 2 babies, you can extend, do some link plays. It's really amazing. But yeah, so this one isn't usually the one that will be getting your VFD out, your True King of all Calamities, but it is the one that you'll summon off of this next card, which is the blue one.
The water
which
boy.
Is Barastaros. Blastos. So this guy, the water one, it's same thing. You need to attribute a water. Normally what you'll do, though, is you'll actually be attributing itself. So also, these monsters have effects on destruction themselves. So, if this one is destroyed, the red one, Agnimza, you can recur a non-fire type True King from your graveyard to your hand, so you can recycle your blue. The blue one, when it's destroyed, though, can summon a non-water from your deck. So, you'll use, like, these 2. You can pop a baby and 1 of these. It'll summon itself onto the field. The baby will proc, and then you'll summon the other one. So you'll actually be using the fire as the material and not actually using its summon to get... But it does come into play when you're doing your link plays, so it does come up. And then this is also kind of a weird choice, but I debated a lot about it, and I practiced with it, and it definitely helps. So I run the 1 Mariamne. So this one is a True King, even though it's the True Draco Phoenix, so it's more of a True Draco card. We are bridging into that territory here. When this one is destroyed, you can add a True King from your deck to your hand. So normally you'll be burning through these True King cards really quickly. You'll actually go through all 6 of the fire and water ones really fast, and you need an extra name to continue to keep going, because you'll be able to make 2 rank 9s every game if you do have at least a 6, but this one can extend you farther. Plus, if you draw it, you can actually use your field spell, sorry, to blow itself up, to search the water, and then use this effect to add the other water. So it's basically a 1-card VFD with your field spell. So, anyways, moving on, that's the True King package. Onto the Dino portion. Soul Leaning Oviraptor. I feel like I don't need to explain much about this, but it, you know, it's an amazing card. You'll use your baby Ceratosaurus. You don't really want to normal summon this. You can, but if you do normal summon it, it's normally with the effect of having this and miscellaneous in hand with a baby, so that way you can at least pop the miscellaneous and the baby Ceratosaurus to get another baby Saurus on your field, because this main function for Oviraptor is to pop a baby Saurus on field to trade it out for a Dino Engrave to be able to keep on extending, so you basically get an extra monster out of that interaction. So 3 miscellaneous Saurus. This is how we say no to Nibiru with this
Why
deck.
is it back at 3?
I absolutely don't know. It's really amazing. You could even run this with Called by the Grave and some other cards, and your opponent's not going to be able to hand trap you.
It doesn't let you activate monster effects. To
Well, they can't respond to like your activated effects. Yeah, I think the wording on it is kind of strange. Yeah, it's during your main phase too.
Yeah, you can just activate it in your main phase.
Yeah, but I use its effect from the grave more often than anything.
Plus you special summon babies depending on what you banish.
Yeah.
How many monsters you banish.
Well, not just babies. It's the level up to how many you banish. And you'll actually be banishing it in tandem with the Giant Rex. And this is how you can rank 4. You rank 4 like nothing in this deck. You'll usually end on the Nat Beast, the VFD, and a rank 4 because of this card. So this is also how you get to your Nat Beast because it's an Earth.
Make Doka or Lagia.
Exactly. Easy. Those cards, and normally you do the Lagia because you want to protect your VFD from the spell and traps.
Yes.
A lot of people run impermanence nowadays. Mango Smasher. I run it just because we have the water, and there are like these weird situations where you'll need the water in hand to pop it. And too many times that's happened to me. And it is possible though to change the attribute of your babies, which I can get into later. But it's too involved. Like you burn too many resources. It's not advantageous enough.
Time for the babies.
Time for the babies.
We popping babies out here.
Little baby Petite Pteranodon.
Oh man.
This one is level 4 or higher. So this one I actually kind of go into first after the initial baby Ceratosaurus because I want to get this out of my deck, and it's kind of just an extra baby, but you'll know that your summon off of this is going to be a level 4 or higher because other than that,
the baby.
You want to be running this. You want to see this card in your hand. You want to see this card on the field. You always want to see it.
You want to see it everywhere.
You want to see this card everywhere. It is slightly recurable with Overtext Coatless, but you will burn through these really quickly. Sometimes in a first turn, you can burn through all 4 of your babies. We're burning babies out here. Who doesn't like a dead baby's joke? So, moving on to the very last baby.
You heard it here first.
Dracaleo. A literal burning baby here. This one is just your level 1 tuner.
The Trish guy. That's what I call him.
The Trish guy, yeah. The way that this works, though, is that you'll... Just grab this card real quick. You'll get your Reaperdocus, and you'll turn him into an Earth.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you make your Nat Beast.
Yeah, I see that. I was thinking it was going to be with Glow Bulb or something.
No. You potentially could run Glow Bulb in this deck, but it would brick in your hand too easily. But yeah, this card sucks to draw. It's probably the only brick in the deck, I would say. Maybe besides Giant Rex. Drawing Giant Rex isn't the worst because you can just destroy it in your hand. But you do want to summon it from deck. You want to be going plus. So these 2 cards are the only cards you don't really want to see, but it doesn't really matter if you do. This one's a fire, so you can still pop it with Anachnimizin. Moving on.
Okay, Gamma. Alright, you don't
Gamma package. This is actually super important to run in this deck, I feel like, because your diagram and any of your search cards, like your pill, if you're going to just be initializing those cards.
You don't want that to get hand trapped.
Don't want them to get stopped. So this can also give you an extra body on field, which you really need. It actually gets you the 2 bodies with the driver.
Brick.
So this is the other brick. This is, you run the 2, basically. Any 40-card deck, 2 bricks, and that's it. You don't want to run more than 2. But yeah, so you do need to run it, but it protects your diagram, and that's like the main point of them. Which, moving on, got diagram, searches your True King monsters, also pumps up their attack, including VFDs, so VFD becomes 3,300. Really tough to deal with, and so it's a really good card. VFD is also amazing for the fact that you can change the attributes of your opponent's monsters, and its secondary text, it says you can destroy their monsters to use your True King monster effects. So you could use VFD and turn them all into fire, then use your diagram, search out the Agnitazid, and tribute 2 of your opponent's monsters.
Fucking busted.
It's really busted. It makes this deck good at going second with just that part not even the dinos included, because normally you'll be drawing like a mix of these cards.
Okay.
And drawing this card and a baby, I don't know where they.
It's pretty good.
This right here is full
combo.
combo.
Yeah.
It's full combo. It's Nat Beast and VFD.
Oh my god.
So that's two card combo, and then
terraforming. Yeah, to search out a diagram.
Definitely, and then extra terraforming.
Oh god.
And it's not that bad to actually draw a Lost World because, believe it or not, Lost World's a good card. So this is just because we can't run it, but we do have to see the diagram. We have to see the diagram to win. So if you're going first and you don't see diagram or any of these, you're kind of in a bad spot. You're not going to be able to put up as many negates. You're probably not going to get to the VFD unless you've hard drawn the water monster. So, you know, this just helps you get there. And it's nice to be able to mill an extra card out of your deck. So, and I believe they can't activate another one with its set. So if you're in that weird spot, but
Fossil Dig, yeah. Searches out a level 4 or lower dinosaur.
Yeah.
Level 6, sorry.
They have to be super or they don't search Oviraptor.
Of course.
So
they don't even search dinosaurs, they're just there.
Yeah, I think that you actually yeah, it says
there's a super
rip this card in half, put it on the ground.
Alright.
Monster Reborn.
Of course.
I'm a big proponent of this card. It's funny you don't see this in many decks. I would play this in every deck. In any deck that plays a monster. Maybe not Sky Striker, but even in Sky Striker, it would be good because you can summon the Kagari back.
It's a spell card, yeah.
It's literally like the most amazing card. You can grab your opponent's Dingu and, you know, to proc their Crescendo or at least force it out.
I don't think your opponent wants you to grab his Dingu.
So amazing. We're grabbing your Dingu. We're reaching into the bottom of your...
I'm gonna judge. Alright, and double evolution pill.
Double evolution.
Of course, no need to explain that.
Amazing
get
card.
You ultimate, get to the other one.
Yeah, this card is so good, and you have so many non-dinos that it's really easy to facilitate that. So 40 card deck,
definitely good
very
ratio.
efficient. So yeah,
go to the extra deck, guys.
Pretty consistent actually. So extra deck, True King. Love this card.
Because why not, man?
Literally just say no.
Shit.
It wins games just itself. But your opponent can still do stuff, so you need things to back it up. The Enter Blathnir, this card is actually for the hand loop and spot removal. So there is a small combo that is possible in this deck. You do have to draw certain cards. It's a 4-card combo, but you can actually do the Trish, Enter Blathnir, and True King in one turn. So you banish 2 cards out of their hand, and they're VFD'd. So really good. And then the Evolsars, just because they're really good. I would say that this one is probably better because it's 2 negates.
Yes.
But I do go into this one more often because you want to protect your monsters, which I think you're less concerned about negating because next turn you're going to OTK them. Like, it's really easy. Then we just got some toolbox.
Of course.
If you play a rank 4 deck, play Douglas number 6. This card is probably the best rank 4 that exists. No joke. You can summon one from the grave, so you can also, if you're losing your rank 9s and you still want to do your VFD, you can get a level 9 out of the grave. You can double the attack of a monster, so you can double the attack of your Tyranno, and then you have a 7k Tyranno. Oh my god, and then you can draw 2 cards, discard a card. So that effect I actually use pretty often, especially when I draw Coatless, because I'll use this to burn and get my to burn those 2 materials into the grave, which are usually Giant Rex, Miscellaneous Source, which then facilitate their own banish effects and keep them recurring themselves. But then you draw those, pitch the Coatless, and then now you have your pill. So, you know, it comes up. It's a really great rank 4. It's probably the most frequent one I go into besides Logia. So, yeah, and your opponent is just going to be like a 7k Tyranno, and you're like, exactly, GG. I'm attacking into your Galatea twice.
Unchained Abomination.
Unchained Abomination.
Oh, God.
This is such an underrated card. 3 downward-facing arrows, link 4, and it's a 2+. So it's really, really easy to summon. It's so easy to summon. And its destruction effects are so clutch because after you go that first turn, your opponent's going to be trying to set up for next turn. Well, now you're eliminating their cards on their side of the field. You'll be at least getting 2. They're not going to try to battle you. especially because you'll have. I don't know. It's just not possible. The VFD. So
yeah, it gets done.
End phase, you not mandatory, but you can pop card on the field, so you can pop one of their back row, and then
you pop one of your babies.
And if you're actually using, if you're using your Tyranno effect or the Quatless effect to pop a dinosaur on your field, it's a destroy card on the field effect for its secondary one. You can pop another card. So, and the third one is that if you destroy a card by battle, either player destroys a card by battle. So. It's an amazing card to end on. It can get super polyed though, so not the greatest for that reason. But turn one or game one, I mean, it's a great thing, and they'll be like, "What does this even do?" And you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna destroy all your shit, basically."
So draw 4, yeah. Well, you know that.
Nightmare Phoenix, play this in every deck. Lambda, because. We play the driver and Gamma, and it's really easy to end with this, and then you'll have like VFD over here, Nat Beast over here,
Gamma in hand,
and then Gamma in hand, and then any other.
I wouldn't even want to think about that.
It's really good. Pentastag, especially with the 7K Tyranno, and you have piercing, and then you can use the Douglas to go into. I call him Douglas. It's a good name.
Hey, my boy, Reproduce.
Reproduce, the Repo Man.
Repo Man.
This guy, this is amazing card for this deck. Really easy to get into a Link 2 with this deck, but you can change the attributes of your babies.
To make the Nat Beast, yeah.
Especially when you're bricking in hand and you only have the baby and you really want to destroy that baby Ceratosaurus because it's gonna make you go plus. So sometimes you'll actually be linking off extra monsters to get this done, but you still want to go into this more often, though, to change your Dirac Alo into an Earth so that you can get your Nat Beast. Nat Beast is much stronger. And then, so speaking of which, we'll move on to the end.
Trish, yeah.
Trish, so
not
easy
much to say
make.
about that. You don't have to say much. And
Nat Beast.
And the Cancer.
this is the Cancer, is you're ending almost every turn one
on BFD
with
and
Nat Beast and Calamities.
Oh my god.
And it's really hard. You can't super poly these two, but he is a dark, so like I said, you got to be cautious about Agnimazone or anything else. So yeah, that's the profile.
That's the deck. Any last words,
deck.
Travis?
I know rank 9s, they need a lot of help in this deck. This deck is good. It's really good. It's not great, though, is what I would say. I would call it like it's definitely tier 2. It's not tier 1. There's too many things going on nowadays, but you have VFD, Nat Beast, you can go second, no TK. You have anti-Nibiru cards. It's just an all-around amazing deck, especially when you go Lambda and you have the Gamma in hand, and they still, try to Nibiru you. So you can still say no. Anyways, great deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And True King of all Calamities, Dinosaur.
All right, and Dual Humor out. Peace, guys.